All right, today guys, I'm going to show you guys how to cut a green pepper and do it the right way. There's several things that you need to know about a green pepper, so let me go ahead and sharpen my knife and then we'll go from there. So you always want a good sharp knife whenever you're cutting any vegetables. So we'll do that, cut those. Some nice green bell peppers right here, they've been cleaned and washed. Your best bet first is to set it down right on its side, just like that. Cut off the top, spin it around, cut off the bottom, okay? When you do that, that opens up the pepper. You can see these nice little ribs in here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your knife, you're gonna set it right on the edge of your cutting board, stick your knife right in there, cut right beside one of those ribs like that, turn it right over, lay your knife down so it's off the cutting board, off this edge. You're gonna go right down here and see these ribs, you're gonna cut those ribs right off. You're gonna go through, and the reason you want to cut these white ribs off of here, that's really bitter. It's very bitter, and it's gonna go into whatever you're cooking. It's gonna be nice and bitter. You're getting all the seeds out. Green bell pepper seeds don't really have the same effect as like jalapeno pepper seeds or habanero seeds. They don't make it any spicier or anything. This is more of a sweet pepper. But if you notice, I cut all the ribs out of it, and it's a nice green surface right here. All right. The tops and the bottoms, a lot of people throw these things away. You don't want to do that. As long as they don't have that bitter white meat in there, you can just cut that right out and leave it off to the side, throw it away, get all that bitter stuff out of there, and that's great pepper that you can use right there. Same with the bottom. If you take your knife and you go at an angle, you can cut all that white meat out of there and get that rib out of it, and that's going to be all pepper right there. So the next thing you do is I always cut up the top first and the bottom, cut any blemishes off the pepper, and never leave your thumb out. I've cut my thumb before, so always tuck your thumb in. We're going to turn that sideways, and we're going to cut those into small little pieces. That's a dice, okay? And you'll notice that once the ends get cut up, you won't be able to tell the difference between them and the meat. Now, if you have a dull knife, you're gonna run into that right there. What you saw is it might not go through the meat. So the easier way to do it is just flip it right over, and your knife will grip the inside of that. And again, you just cut those up. And it depends on what size of a dice you want. I'm doing these as a small dice because I'm gonna make pickles with them later. But you can julienne peppers, and that's where you keep your fingers with your knife, and you can julienne it just this way, as you see. Okay, and that gives a nice julienne. All right, but you also do it that way if you want to make dice, because you get it's easier to cut in a bunch. So you get them all together like that. Use your knife. See how I'm using my knife to get everything even. And again, you just go down the middle and you have your dice. All right, so let me chop this one so you can see it full speed. And again, that was with the doing it from the top down, so it lays flat. But if you feel more comfortable, turn it right over.